We always try and do the best by people, don't we? And always try and be like, helpful, and like if we find money on the floor, we try and then give it back to charity, or find the person it belongs to, or do something positive with it.
Or you post it through the nearest door's letterbox.
I may have done that.
Yes.
I just wanted to. I thought if the person who come out the house, it was their £5.
It could have been theirs, and there was no one else we could give it to.
Yeah, and I thought I was just supposed to pay for the letterbox, because if it belongs to that person from the house, then they're going to get it back, and if you haven't, well, I've just made their day and given them a £5 note.
Yeah.
So.
And it is always good to make people's day. I've done that. I remember. I think it was in the run up to Christmas a couple of years ago. Paid for a few people's Wimpeys.
Oh, that's nice.
There was a few families in Wimpy, obviously, while I was in Wimpy, and I just paid for those Wimpeys and
I didn't
left.
know that.
Well, why would you? It's not interesting.
Oh, that is really interesting.
No, it's not. It's what you do.
Oh, Well, I wish I could do more things like that, though. I wish I could be more.
It's what you do. Yeah, but I did have a reasonably well-paid job at the time. But it was just I was sat in Wimpy eating my food, and when I left, I just thought, oh, it's in the run-up to Christmas. There's a couple of families in here. Who are eating their food. If I pay for it and I just leave, no one's going to ever know. But it will probably make their day when they come up, and they'll probably talk about it, and it will hopefully make them happy.
You hope that they said you paid for it, and they didn't just pocket the money and go, yeah, that's £12.99, please.
Well, yeah, I do hope that they did that.
You'd hope that when people...
It didn't even cross my mind that people are dishonest. I just naturally assume that people are honest.
I'm sure they were.
But I was in Wimpy a reasonable amount.
Yeah,
so
probably...
if they were dishonest...
I don't know.
I might have found out.
You don't think you might have found out,
But it didn't even cross my mind they might be dishonest. I just thought those people will then not have to spend money on this Wimpy they're having for their kids.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously having Wimpy for their kids to make their kids' day, and giving your kids a Wimpy, and kids. Obviously, you would testify to this. Kids love being given a Wimpy.
I love a Wimpy. I still do.
So it was more just a case of, when they go to pay and they realise that someone's paid for them, hopefully that's a nice little Christmas surprise that they're not expecting. You want to do things like that. I believe everyone should do things like that. Just, I say spontaneously, it's not spontaneous. I planned on doing it for probably about 4 visits before I did it.
Okay.
So it's not spontaneous. It's how do I do this? How do I say I want to pay for that? Because I knew I have to plan every little detail. It's stupid. I had to think, right, when I go to pay for someone else's food who I don't know,
how do you do that?
What is the person who serves me going to say? Are they going to, what do you mean? You want to pay for someone else's food? Why do you want to? I had to work out how I would answer every possible thing I thought I might be asked before I had the balls to actually go through with it. The owner served me, and obviously did his usual. How was that? And obviously, I had made the mistake that I'd been in there so often that he knew what my usual was. So
the usual is it sir today?
He would always say that whenever he came over. He would say, "Did I want my usual?" So I was quite well known by him because he always saw me there, and I think I tried to say everything before he did.
Yeah.
So I think I just said, I want to pay for those people's meal as well, because I think it'd just be something that might make their day and make them happy. I don't want them knowing who I am or that I've done this or anything. I don't want obviously any attention for this.
How did you know how much to give them though?
Because then the person would say how much their meal was, because they can check.
Yeah, because they took their order. Yeah.
So they then just did that, and I then just paid it, and obviously left and carried on with my job. Went back to work and carried on working. But I believe people should do things like that.
If they can,
as I say, obviously. Yeah, but you don't have to pay for things necessarily. You can, I've done things like I bought one of your work colleagues a book once, years and years ago, because I found a signed book of the person they liked. I think you'd mentioned about someone liking someone. I can't remember who it was.
No.
Someone you worked with. But there was a signed copy of the book in Sussex Stationers.
Oh.
And I remember buying it and giving it to you to take into your work to give to them, because I thought, well, it's a signed copy. You've mentioned, or I've heard at one of your dues or something, them say they like that person, whoever it was. I can't remember who it was now. And so it's just one of those things. It was $3.99 or something, cheap, and it's just something you do. You don't have to do lots of money or anything.
No, it's not like it's a thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just trying to do something nice for people that makes someone else suddenly think, oh, someone values me, or someone likes me, or appreciates me for being me, even if they never meet you and they never know you, and I think that's just what you should do for
it's
people.
It's like when people do leave those like little notes lying around that's like for people, it says you're worth it, you're special, you're wonderful. Okay, I haven't really seen anyone do it myself, but I've read about it and I think that's such a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, and obviously leaving books lying around and any of these things is, in my mind, it's about making someone's day, making someone feel like...
Make the day a bit more special, especially if they're having a crap time.
Like, obviously I've sent this autism lad,
yeah.
some DVDs and some books and things. Obviously, it turns out he's received a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Because it went a bit viral. But at the time I did it, I didn't know that. I didn't know anyone had sent anything. I just saw a little post and it said 4 people had read it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, poor kid, 4 people have read it. He's birthday's coming up in a few days' time.
Yeah.
Let's send him some stuff. That'll be nice for him. Send a little message in there. And so obviously you just send it off. It doesn't take a lot of effort, and you don't have to spend lots of money on it. You can do little things. I don't like talking to people, but I remember in Bognor some girl sitting on the wall crying and just sitting down and asking if she's okay. Years and years and years and years ago when we lived in Bognor. But you just do it because you think they're crying and they look really upset, and what if that one thing makes a difference? That just giving your time, and even if, I think she just said to me, I'm fine, and I left. But what if the fact that somebody just showed an interest and showed that they noticed there was something wrong was enough to make them not make a stupid decision or something? So my mind is, you just do these things. That is, as a human being, that is what you do. You go out of your way for others, and you do what you can for others. At the same time, I'm rubbish at noticing when others need help or anything. But I do try. My head says do it, but my eyes say be blind to things until you point them out to me. Sometimes. So
you do your bit where you can.
Yeah, and I believe everyone should. And I do get attacked for it on the internet a lot when I do what I can for people. But hopefully that's given a bit of an insight, a bit of a ramble, and a bit of an insight.
Bit of a ramble and a half
but
for a first
it's
video.
a first video, and I think it's probably quite nice to start with something where people get a bit of an insight and think, oh yeah, I sort of know these 2 guys now, and I know a bit about them, know what they're like.
No bit of history behind us. I mean, obviously.
Because then we don't have to keep people in suspense, or we don't have to reveal it by writing a big, long kind of bio saying who are we and what do we do. We can keep that brief.
We live on the south coast.
Yes.
You work self-employed. I work in a retail store.
So I pretty much make YouTube videos, make e-courses, and write books. And you sit in a box.
I sit
somewhere.
in a windowless office 5 days out of 7 of a week. Occasionally go into
and
the
then the other
floor.
2 it rains.
Exactly.
Like now in the summer and it's raining. But
that's us really, isn't it?
So hopefully people will subscribe and...
they always say this thing about hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button.
All my YouTube videos are... if you found this interesting or helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you
Honestly,
have anything to say, any comments or anything, I'd love to read them below.
A lovely positive...
I don't say it as cheesily as this.
No, but a lovely positive comment would be lovely.
Yes.
I mean, I know, it's just like the cliche thing.
Or what you'd like us to talk about or vlog about. We will make probably lots of vlogs that we think, oh, that's a bit rubbish. And things where we're finding our feet and trying to figure out exactly what to do. So we've thought about... We carried the camera around for the last couple of days. And we thought about doing some vlogs out and about, but then it's been raining. So we haven't been able to get it out.
And it's getting over that self-consciousness of standing outside with a camera, because I've never seen anyone in our area, I don't think. People
don't do that around here.
I mean, if you lived in Brighton or somewhere, London, somewhere like that, it's probably quite commonplace, or at least you see you wouldn't find it so strange. But around here, I think people would be like...
And I generally don't mind that.
No.
If I think I'm doing something, I'm doing something. In the same way that when I've done the TV work, when I was on the Anatomy of Fear... documentary, I didn't mind doing all the kind of stuff that you've got people around you. It was in public. It wasn't like they shut everything off. You got people around you, but you're doing it. You've got a purpose to be doing it, so you feel comfortable doing it. So it's walk to the camera for the 17th time, but this time walk more confidently. Think, well, how do you walk more confidently? Or walk in this way. Well, I don't know. I don't analyse my walking every day. But you just do it because...
Whereas here, if you stood outside with a camera talking to it, I think you probably get a few looks, which, you'd have to just overcome. And I think after a while,
But it is just trying to decide, you know, we want to do this together, so we might make the odd video that turns out to be more you or more me or just you or just me.
Some videos they do that, don't they? They sort of merge the two together, like you'll film something, then I'll film something. And then
and we're thinking once a week would be a good thing to post.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I work full time, it's part of my week is spent, you know, at work. I can't film in there. You're filming doing your work.
Yeah.
So we'll have to film it around sort of these things that we feel like is, you know.
Yeah, but we do go for days out and things.
Yeah, so that'd be nice.
So we can film things like days out and go for walks and stuff.
Birthday coming up.
Yes, we've got my birthday coming up.
Got a blogger meetup potentially coming up as well.
Yeah, so we do have things.
Yeah,
but so we're just finding our feet.
Yeah.
So this is the first video, but we're finding our feet. So any comments, any kind of, oh, love more of this, love less of that.
Do you want to find out more about Dan and what it's like to be with someone with Asperger's, high performing?
High functioning.
I keep calling it high performing. I just think because you perform so highly in your work.
Yeah.
That I'll call it that. But yeah, maybe that's something you're interested in finding more out about, because I can't say there probably are obviously people out there who do it too, but can't say I've come across many myself.
But yeah, so we would love you to subscribe to us if you want to see our journey and experience our journey and see where it takes us. You know, see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. It could take us to one video later and that's it. We decide no more. It could take us.
No, we'll last longer than that.
I hope so.
But yeah, we'd love your comments to know what you'd love us to vlog about, whether it's about a topic like Asperger's or whatever, you know, autism or whatever, or blogging,
homeware. Yeah. I'm so deep.
Yeah.
Or like general anxiety and like dealing with anxiety, for example, because I've dealt with anxiety, live with anxiety from time to time. You know, most days I will have some form of anxiety, high or low, some form, to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess as we go on, we'll reveal more about who we are as people and stuff, so then people can maybe ask us questions more about that sort of thing.
But we're happy, I think, to talk about. I'm happy to talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So it doesn't really bother me.
No. Okay. Right. Well, I need to go and have some dinner.
Yeah, you want dinner, which means I have to cook dinner in a minute.
It's microwavable, so I'm used to the washing as well. This is like relationship goals here.
So hopefully subscribe.
Yeah.
And give a thumbs up. You know, get us motivated early.
Yeah.
Demotivate us later, but at least get us motivated early.
Yeah.
And leave comments below, and feel free to share this on like Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
So that we can try and get a few more followers early and start to, obviously that would motivate us to think, let's keep doing this. People are liking it and wanting to see it, because or else it does feel like you're talking to
hello camera.
To a camera, to an empty room, like you're in the Big Brother house or something. So thanks for taking time to watch.
Ciao.